Namaste, Swatantra Party. This is appeal to the Prime Minister Mr. Modi regarding the farmers' bill. Your IT cell has sent out some WhatsApp messages saying that the opposition is misleading the public and the farmers with regard to the farmers' bill. I, for one, I am also a farmer, but I am a big farmer because my holdings are very huge. I am not asking for any concessions for myself. I don't wish to, and I never come to anybody for any help. But we are also seeing the small farmers there amongst us, and I am talking as not as a politician but as a person belonging to the farming community, where I have been showing my agricultural income right from my first income tax filing, which when I was 14 years old, and I was a partner with my father in business. So from then on I have been contributing to the revenue or the income tax of this country. So I think I have every right to speak about it because I have been contributing taxes for the last 51 years to this country. I have written many letters to you as well as to the previous governments, whether it was P.V. Narasimha Rao or Manmohan Singh and even Vajpayee. None of you politicians have ever bothered to bring about any real good reforms for the farm sector. Your vote bank is mainly from the farmers, but you have always neglected that lot. Let us take it, Mr. Modi, that you are really worried about the farmers and you have a concern about them. I appreciate if it is true. But what were you doing for the last 6 years? I have written letters, forget the previous prime ministers, I have written a letter to you itself regarding the MSP, why it should be selective. The MSP should be there for all agricultural products, so that the poor farmers do not get exploited. It is not that you are introducing something new about the mandis or this thing. If you were really sensible, you should have brought about cooperative farming, not corporate farming, but cooperative farming, and made cooperative markets so that these farmers will go and sell their products in the cooperative market. Whether I like Chandrababu Naidu or Kalingner of the DMK, it was Chandrababu Naidu who bought the Raitu Bazaar, which was called the Farmers Market or Ulavar Sande in Tamil Nadu. Mr. Karunanidhi copied Mr. Chandrababu Naidu. So when somebody introduces something sensible and fruitful, I am ready to support them. I have no issues. I don't want to criticize every policy or scheme brought in by any government. Even I might not like that party, but then if they are doing something good, we have to appreciate. So Mr. Chandrababu Naidu bought this Raitu market where the farmers could come and sell it directly to the consumer, and there was no middlemen and no brokers. You know very well, during Vajpayee's time when the onion prices shot up and when Sushma Swaraj was the chief minister of Delhi, how that government fell. They were not re-elected because of the onion prices. Who are these middlemen? The middlemen are again all politicians. I mean, their benamis are the brokers, and the money is sponsored by the politicians. You are talking as if all this was happening only now and you are opening up your eyes now. This is a drama. That I will not agree. See, touch your conscience, Mr. Modi, and tell that this is happening only now. Didn't you know that Mr. Power, the Badals and the other political families from Maharashtra, from UP, the Mulayam Singh and all of them were not looting the farmers earlier? And you were in alliance with the Badals for the last any number of years, more than 10 plus years. So don't talk and act like as though you are a savior of the farmers. No, you were colluding with these people, you were in alliance with all of them, and now you are talking as if they are the crooks and that you are trying to save the farmers from them. Did you ever speak about it in any of your meetings earlier when you were contesting in 2014? I have written letters to you. I have written letters about Mr. Power's family, how they are looting the farmers of Maharashtra. The sugar lobby is controlled completely by them. And in this context, I would also like to speak, when you are making such a hue and cry about this Sushant Singh Rajput's death in Maharashtra, I mean, if he was murdered, I fully support that the person who has done this should be taken to task and punished. But you are doing such a hue and cry as though the drug lobby was only started now or is existing now. Didn't you know that the same powers, even the Shiv Sena family, and were all in connivance with Dawood Ibrahim and the underworld Don, and they were all doing this drug business even earlier, where I have tweeted this many years back during the UPA government. So, what were you all doing? So, that time it's convenient forgetting that you people don't bother to look into these things, but when you break up with them, then you make this as a big issue, as if the NCB didn't know that all these actors were all consuming drugs, and as though the drug mafia was not there. Drug mafia is there all over the country, and I will talk about this later in any of my other episodes. Right now, I am talking this because the way you are saying, your IT cell is sending messages that Power's family, Badal's family, Mulayam's family, and blah blah blah, whoever it is, even the Jakar and all these people from Haryana, and even Devi Lal's family, all of them are thinking, why you are not talking about Devi Lal? Because now you are in alliance with Devi Lal's grandson, you are not talking about Devi Lal. So, all these politicians, to safeguard their agricultural lands, they came and joined politics, not that they had any love for the small farmer. Now, again coming back to the small farmer, if you feel that, I think, why didn't you announce this on the first day itself, that the MSP will not be touched? You never spoke. Only when the farmers hit the road, you started saying that MSP will be maintained. But then, how many products, farm products are getting MSP? No, not all products are getting MSP. So, don't try to fool us. We are not thinking, if you are doing something good, I am ready to support you and your schemes. But you are just lying when it suits you, and you act like as though you are the savior of the whole country. No, you are not too. You have your follies. Your government has got a lot of mistakes you all have done, and so you accept your mistakes. That would be more, people will appreciate that, and people will like you for it when you accept your faults. Regarding this thing, when something similar to this was being brought by the UPA government in the last regime, you made such a hue and cry, you BJP party, because you said the Walmart will be the only company which will be benefiting. But today, the same thing you are introducing, and the JioMart is having Amazon has bought quite a lot in Jio. They have got quite a stake in it, and Walmart, Flipkart, all of them have come by the back door. And these are the 3 or 4 companies today and Big Bazaar is taken over by Mukesh Ambani. So, who is the thing? Again, these people are going to bully the farmers. So, in what way are you safeguarding or defending the farmers' interests? No, you are just acting. See, the MSP, the APMCs or whatever you are talking about, like mandis, why don't you ban the middlemen in the mandis itself and directly let the farmer sell it to the consumer? You let all these brokers be there, and who are these brokers? These brokers all belong to various parties, even your party members are there doing this loot. And don't talk as if you are a big saint. Even last year when the onion prices shot up, I know the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, that EPS's son, imported from Egypt and made huge money. So, you people bring about a shortage when it suits you, your families are all involved in the imports and you make big money, and then you hit the Indian farmer. Why do you have to ban the export of onions? If the Indian farmer is getting a good price, let him get it. Let the farmer directly sell, because I know what happens. See, I do aquaculture, and the small farms are not allowed to do direct export. We have to go through the MPEDA, where the MPEDA gives the permissions only for the big corporates to export the prawn, and then we are forced to sell it to these corporates at a lower price. So, who is benefiting? Only the corporate guys who come in the form of farmer, and then they manipulate and they take over the entire market into their hands. So, do not say you are supporting the small farmers. We have no forum to go and talk to, and even the unions or the farm associations, many of them are party oriented, and then they get bought out. I know the Tamil Nadu, some of the farmers who came to see you, and somehow you hushed up their mouth. I know they were all bought out. So, do not talk like you are the saint and that you are doing things. If the farmers bill, if there is something good, we are ready to accept it. But what you are telling is misleading. P.V. Narasimha's government, when they opened up the license Raj, it was they were forced by the World Bank and the IMF. I know, because my own uncles was an Asia head in the IMF, and who told me what really happened. So, it is only for these kind of stories, only the people, common man and educated people who do not know anything about what is really happening in the government will believe you all. So, it is not that the P.V. Narasimha opened up the economy or you are opening up for the farmers. See, you are not even bothered wanting to see the farmers, you are not even bothered. Where did you meet? Why didn't you meet all of us and then take a decision? We don't even have a forum where we can go and approach and talk. Which minister can we meet? All of you are busy looting the nation and making money, and it is, I can say in Tamil, Katta Panchayat money. Most of you politicians are only busy making some underhand money, setting up deals, making deals, taking up some work, underground work, and making commissions on it. Honest citizen cannot meet any of you politicians. So, do not talk like as though you people are the saviors of this country and the farmers especially. I, for one, I would appreciate if you had bought cooperative farming and made cooperatives in various sectors and provided storages, both cold and big storages for the farmers' products to be safeguarded, or whatever you call, protected under in the storage from these rats and from being destroyed. So, there is so much of food being wasted because of the storage problem itself. Many of the farmers are losing because of this. You are not trying to do all those things, but you are just trying to make one big drama out of it, and when the people have hit the road, you are coming up with the story that you are hitting out at power. See, when you wanted to establish your party's rule in Maharashtra last year, 2019, you were having an underhand deal with Power, and you offered him also. So, what is that now you are trying to talk? Because now you have not formed a government with them. You are saying Power's family. Yes, Power's family is corrupt. Everybody knows, and they are a big mafia, sugar mafia in Maharashtra. Everybody knows. You don't have to tell. Your IT cell need not tell. We all know about it. But what happened when you wanted to have an alliance with them? When you had an alliance with the SAD, that is the Badals. So, when it suits you, you have, and when it doesn't suit you, you call them that they are crooks, they are crooks, they are this, they are that. What happened when you had alliance in Jammu and Kashmir with Mufti, that lady? She is one of the worst people, and then when it suited you, you had the alliance, and when you wanted to break, you said, oh, they are terrorists, they are this, they are that. Don't do that, Mr. Modi. Be fair in whatever you are accusing. If they are bad, I do agree, but don't be an opportunist when you are accusing them. When it suits you, you shake your hands with them, you party with them, and then afterwards, when they don't fall to you, to your terms and your demands, then you accuse them of things. If you are really a real Prime Minister who cares for the farmers, punish all these middlemen who have been looting these farmers, the poor farmers. Ban middlemen in the thing, punish them, give them stringent punishment. Have you done that? You have not done that. And what is that you are talking like, middlemen will be avoided, you can sell it directly to the markets. What market you will do? Now it will be Geomart, Walmart, and the other whoever has come from the back door, they will be again putting their own prices and killing us farmers and sucking our blood out. No. You get cooperative stores, you get cooperative farming. We farmers will pool in there and we will fix up our price and this thing. Or will you fix up that, see in the market, if the potato is selling at 100 rupees and he would have bought it from the farmer at 2.5 rupees, who makes the middle in between money? The middleman, and the middleman will be a politician. So why don't you make it in such a way that they come and buy it from the cooperative bazaars, and if they are selling it at 100 rupees, let 75% of it come to the farmer. So 75 rupees can come to the farmer and the 25 rupees can be used by the middleman or whoever is a person selling it or investing. But why should the farmer lose the maximum money and then the middleman makes the entire money without even any investment? Just at the nth hour he makes an investment. The entire toiling, the entire efforts of the farmer, poor farmers, they suffer, they work so hard, they toil so hard, and then they don't get anything. Come on, Mr. Modi, I am sorry, you are just trying to mislead this country. If there are some good things in this farm bill, I am ready to say that it is good. Okay, you are saying that the farmer can sell directly to the consumer. You mean to say, see, if in a village in Tamil Nadu, some village, the fellow will be selling the tomato at 2 rupees, but the same tomato will be selling at 70 rupees in Bombay or in Delhi. You mean to say he can travel up to Delhi and Bombay to sell that tomato? Stop this misleading thing. You get a minimum price. At least the farmer should, from his whatever input cost, suppose it is, suppose for example, it is 10 rupees for me to grow 1 kg of tomato, then at least the farmer should have at least 20% profit. And so 20% profit, and then the wastage you should take, so that's another 10%, 30%, mark it up and let them get that. But you all are not doing that. You are sucking the farmer's blood. I mean, like when it comes to chilies or onions or tomatoes or vegetables, you buy at rock bottom prices. The price slashed down when the market is when the farmers are coming to the market to sell, and then these people hoard it up, these middlemen who are all politicians, and then they sell it at skyrocket prices. That is not fair. That is not good you are doing for the farmer. If you really want to correct all the wrong that has been done all the 74 years which you claim, why didn't you do this in the first year of your regime or second year? You sat quietly, you didn't even bother what the farmers were suffering, and today, because the Jio Mart is going to be one of the biggest buyers in the market with Walmart, you are doing things only to support the Reliance family. Everything is in favor of the Reliance. The BSNL, you are trying to sell it give it to the Reliance. The Air India, you are trying to give it to the Reliance. Everything to the Reliance. You are in fact brokering with the Google and with the Facebook for them to invest in Reliance. So what kind of this? Even the petrol prices, you are just selling, you are sucking the blood of the common man, and just to favor the Reliance people. And who is benefiting from all this? Even the petrol prices, I think when the petrol prices are so high, automatically all the food, ghee, everything, all rates will get inflated. So just be sensible, don't talk nonsense and don't try to mislead us. If there is anything good in the thing, you really want to bring farmers bill, you try to reduce the interest rates for farmers, make it compulsory that insurance is thing, and it should not be private insurance again held by the ICICI and the Reliance people, and they don't even give when the farmers claim their insurance thing, they don't get their claim immediately. They are really bullied, and they are made to run up and down stairs. So come off it, Mr. Modi. Your insurance, farm insurance is very badly flawed, and your fertilizer and all these things, everything is totally flawed. You said that you are getting the neem for the fertilizer. You buy it from the farmers, the neem and the neem seeds, whatever those things. Promote that, help the farmers in that aspect of it. You have brought this farm bill just to benefit or make these already rich corporate crooks to earn more money. You are only supporting the corporate crooks. I will call them crooks because they have looted this nation. Mukesh Ambani owes the Swiss bank 64 billion, and here he is acting like he is the fourth richest man in the world, looting all our banks. And his brother has looted, and then now Mukesh buys all his sick companies at a rock bottom price. And what is the NCLT doing? NCLT is a good thing forum, but then it's fully corrupt. Those judges are corrupt, the lawyers are corrupt, and the government officers are hand in glove with the big corporates again. So don't close your eyes and keep on pretending to be that you are doing a favor to everybody. No, you have not even bothered to call the farmers for a meeting before you pass this farmers bill. Then we saw the ruckus. Whatever the opposition did was also wrong in the Rajya Sabha. That was most unethical and uncalled for, that kind of unruly, rowdy behavior by the opposition members. But at the same time, you also asked for it. You people could have been more humble. They were asking for that voice vote to be properly monitored, and you didn't want to do it. You were just pushing everything in a hurry. For whom are you doing all these bills? For the Reliance? You are always hand in glove with the Reliance and the Adanis and the Ambanis. Stop it, Mr. Modi. Who are the maximum NPAs in this country? It is people from your state, from Haryana, and it is mostly from North India. They are the people who have defaulted and who are the maximum NPA holders. And we from the south, and especially farmers are the exploited lot in this country, and you have not bothered to listen to our voices. And don't shed crocodile tears for us. We don't want your crocodile tears. Whatever good you implement, bring in cooperative stores, cooperative farming, cooperative markets, and let the farmer go directly to the market and let the consumer buy it directly from them. Let them fix up a minimum price if they don't get it, and if the market is good, let them sell it at a higher price. These people also, they know to go and spend on the popcorn in the theatres. They want to give 100 rupees, 200 rupees, but to the farmer to give 150 rupees for a bindi or a brinjal, they cry. Okay, the people are also at fault. So don't exploit the farmers. The farming community, only 6% of the community is getting the MSP price. 94% of the products are not getting MSP. So you don't pretend, and don't act like everything is hori-dori and under your regime. No. You please open up your eyes, touch your conscience. Every time you speak a lie, touch your conscience and see what you're doing is right or wrong. You don't have a family. So like Jayalalitha, both of you could have done so much of good for this nation, but no, you are there to support some few corporate families. Mr. Modi, I am still appealing to you from the Swatantra party. Maybe I sound a little harsh because my blood is boiling, because I am a farmer too, and I know what the farmers suffer in the rural areas, and how the politicians and the government bureaucrats, how they loot, how they cheat, how when they have to buy the product from the farmer, how they harass them, they don't pay them in time. That if it is being avoided, yes, I am happy that you have done away with that. We can keep any amount of goods with us. That part of it, yes, I'm for it. But the other things, what you are saying that we will benefit from the corporates buying, no, I think they will start bullying us again. You implement that there is a MSP for all the farm products, and also insurance for all the farm crops, not just one or two crops can get insurance, no. And this insurance should be done by the government and not by the private sector. Stop private sector in the government, in the farm insurance sector. Thank you. Swatantra party, we are ready to listen to people's problems and discuss these problems and appeal, voice out your problems to the government. Jai Hind, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.